So before we get started, on screen you're going to see some footage that I have left over from Nostalrius before the servers were taken down. It's nothing too special, but something to watch while I'm talking here. So it's been a few days already, but about 5 or 6 days ago, Blizzard announced a non-announcement at Blizzcon. So what they said, and I'll read it to you, and also the link for this is in the video description below, so please check it out yourself. So Blizzard posted on their official forums, they say, "Hey everyone, we've seen some talk about the community that you might be expecting to hear some news on legacy servers at BlizzCon, and we just wanted to take a moment to let you know that while we're still discussing the possibility, we won't have any updates to share on that until after the show." Then they go on to elaborate why. They say these past few months that we've been laser focused on the launch of Legion and getting patch 7.1 Return to Karazhan ready to go, in parentheses, it's almost here, as well as prepping for BlizzCon, which is always a huge undertaking itself. You've heard us say that the launch of Legion was just the beginning of the story we want to tell in this expansion. What we will focus on at BlizzCon is how the team is committed to making sure we bring you a steady stream of content going forward, and we can't wait to share what's next for Legion. Thanks for your patience, and we'll see you at BlizzCon. That's from J. Allen Brack and the World of Warcraft development team. And like I said, that link to their official forums, that post is in the video description, so check it out yourself. So what this is an announcement of a non-announcement. What I'm saying is if you follow video game companies, you'll know it's very common for them to post on Twitter or on Facebook that they're going to make an announcement at a later date. So they give like announcements of announcements, kind of just a funny thing that happens in video gaming, and honestly it probably happens in a lot of industries, but I follow video games more than other industries. And Blizzard is doing the opposite of that, or they're announcing a non-announcement. So they're making an announcement that they will not have an announcement at BlizzCon, which is kind of strange if you think about it. It's sort of unprecedented. To my knowledge, I've never really heard of Blizzard announcing what they're not going to talk about at BlizzCon before. So that means that, you know, classic servers or pristine realms or legacy servers are on their mind, obviously, to some extent. But that's basically the news, that they're not going to be talking about it at BlizzCon, which is unfortunate and disappointing for me. I don't know if my hopes were super high, but I expected them to have a small comment somewhere about it, acknowledging more than just not talking about it at all. So I'm a little disappointed. Now, keep in mind, it's just a video game. These are just video games. I have a lot of other things going on in my life that I am not losing sleep over this announcement of a non-announcement, but it's a little disappointing. So they did say they will not have, so they're still discussing the possibility. They won't have any updates to share until after the show. So what that means is if they're going to have anything to say, it'll obviously happen after BlizzCon, and they're vague about that. They don't say we will have updates, they say we won't have any updates to share until after the show. That kind of gives me some hope that they do plan to make an announcement at some point. The way they worded it is ambiguous, but it does sort of make me think that they might be make an announcement eventually, but I have lost a lot of optimism for that. Definitely lost a lot of optimism. And I would like to say that I can't really blame them for not announcing it. If you think about it, if you look at like the official Blizzard forums or elsewhere, a lot of people don't like legacy servers. They don't like vanilla WoW. A lot of people that play modern WoW, live WoW, and basically I get the feeling that they really don't want to split the user base right now, and especially don't want to risk having people boo them on stage. What I mean by that is if they get on stage and they say, okay guys, we have big news, we're going to announce this new content which is Legacy Realms. You're going to get a bunch of people that just spent money on Legion going, what the heck Blizzard, we just bought Legion, we don't want to spend money on Legacy Realms, we don't want to devote our time to Legacy Realms, we want to make our characters stronger in the Legion world. And I could see a lot of people being kind of upset about that, and the last thing they want is to get booed on stage at, in front of this huge live audience and all the people watching at home with virtual tickets. So I get that. I understand why there's kind of a split between the community. They don't want to have those two cultures clash at BlizzCon and have any bad feelings about it. They want everyone to have fun at BlizzCon. So I don't blame them for not announcing it, but it's still disappointing. So what's next? If we aren't expecting an announcement at BlizzCon, we were not going to get an announcement at BlizzCon about legacy servers, and what do we have to look forward to in terms of legacy servers at this point? The biggest thing is probably Nostalrius making that announcement about a week or two ago, saying that if Blizzard doesn't release legacy servers, that Nostalrius will pretty much take matters into their own hands, whether that means releasing their own servers or releasing their databases so other people can access their bug fixes and access their accounts and passwords. I'm really doubtful they'll release any of the databases of their characters. They may release their bug fixed database, their core basically. I personally am still skeptical. I know most people seem to think that Nostalrius is going to follow through with something. I'm a little more skeptical, and it's not to say I wouldn't be happy if Nostalrius releases something. I mean, I spent a ton of time playing Nostalrius. I really like Nostalrius, and I still think it was the best vanilla private server that I've played on. The PvE server specifically was pretty much perfect. PvP server was good. The PvE server was like a perfect experience for me. It's what I basically hope Blizzard would replicate more or less. And I just still have some doubts that Nostalrius is going to follow through with anything in the, at least especially in the short term. But I'm just skeptical. I think they're holding out a little bit longer. I think they want to see what Blizzard's going to do before they would do anything. So, you know, I think almost everyone I think I've spoken to kind of disagrees with me and seems to think that Nostalrius is going to release their own servers very soon. I don't feel that way, and it's just my opinion. I don't know why. I just have this gut feeling that they're kind of bluffing, is what my other video, if you look at another video on YouTube about this, where I sort of call it a bluff. And, man, I hope I'm wrong. I hope Nostalrius knocks us off our feet with some crazy, awesome server. They bring back all the old character database for people to come back. I mean, I hope that happens. I'm just a little skeptical. Otherwise, other things to look forward to. Gosh, I don't even want to say the word. Crestfall is another server that's on the horizon, which is supposed to be a great vanilla server, but it's not out in beta. We don't know anything about it. All we know is that the admins, the developers are talking about it, and it sounds good. It's super hyped up on Reddit and on the WoW servers subreddit. I'm not hyped up on it yet. I haven't seen any proof that it's going to be anything yet, but you know, it is something to keep an eye out for. Of course, there's also like the Rebirth, there's Vanilla Gaming, there's Elysium, there's other servers. Obviously, I play on Chronos 1. Chronos 2 also exists, a very good server. So lots of servers you can try in the meantime. If you're, you know, disenfranchised, if you're disappointed with Blizzard's announcement of their non-announcement, then it might be time to look up some other servers and, you know, play there until Blizzard does something. I've said this many times. If Blizzard releases vanilla servers and they, you know, don't mess it up with like instant 60 and, you know, buying experience potions, all these weird things, refer a friend bonuses. If they don't do that and they release it as pure as possible to a vanilla experience, I will happily pay them a monthly fee to play on that. I'll buy, you know, the $50 disc or whatever I need to buy to download, and then pay $15 a month. I'm on board with that. I'm happy to give them my money, but they're not offering it, so we have no other option if we want to play vanilla WoW. You know, again though, it's just a game, so, you know, try not to get too caught up in this whole thing. Just a video game. It's not the end of the world, whatever happens. So then finally, if Blizzard is going to release legacy servers, when would they actually release them? Like, so this is all super hypothetical, but let's say they announce something after BlizzCon. Let's say at the end, towards the end of the year, let's say like mid-December, they make an announcement. They say, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to release vanilla servers or legacy servers. If that is the case, if they announce that, my guess is we're talking at least a year. Like, I would say 12 months from the time they announce they're going to do it before you can expect them to release it. And I think that might even be optimistic. I mean, I could see it taking longer than 12 months, but I sincerely think anytime they make an announcement about releasing servers, if they even do decide to release them, we have to wait at least 12 months. And so that gives me, that's kind of my motivation for playing on Chronos in the meantime. Like, it's going to be at least 12 months whenever they make an announcement, in my opinion, before anything actually launches from Blizzard. And that's just because Blizzard is going to have to take a lot of time to develop it. They're not just going to release the old source code and be done with it. I feel like they're going to do a lot with it. I'm working on another video, which will probably come out in the next couple weeks, to discuss all the things I feel Blizzard has to do that people don't really consider in terms of the effort required for a company like Blizzard to release vanilla servers as opposed to a small team like Nostalrius. And I know that sounds backwards. You think a small team would have a harder time because they have fewer resources, and that's true. But the aspirations of Blizzard, by putting in the effort, if they say they're going to do it, release a legacy server, then it's going to take more than just releasing a server. They're going to have to do advertisements and many other things. At least that's my opinion. So finally, what will I be doing in the meantime? Like I said, I'm going to play on Chronos 1. I'm on Chronos 1. I'm established there. The server's a fun server. I'm going to keep playing there. I'll keep an eye out for new servers that launch, and I'll try them out. I do have an alt that I started on Chronos 2. He's a druid, horde side, So he's like level 10. Like I'm not spending a lot of time on him, but a little bit of time every now and then just to try another server. Keep an eye on the vanilla server scene. So I'm just going to keep an eye on things, see how new servers are popping up. All I know on the horizon, the only server I've heard of is Crestfall as far as vanilla WoW. But there's no ETA for that server. I mean, so to my knowledge, no new vanilla server is planning to be launched anytime in the next couple months. So to me, it's as good a time as any to just pick up one of the current servers. Like I said, Elysium, The Rebirth, Vanilla Gaming, Chronos 1 and Chronos 2 are the only servers that I really consider at all worth considering right now for vanilla servers. And then otherwise, that's basically it. For me, I'm making this video. I know it seems like I'm talking about this like it's a huge thing in my life, but it's just a video game. I mean, I'm disappointed, of course, but it's not the end of the world. It's just a video game. So I hope everyone, if you're disappointed too, I don't blame you at all, but don't get too hung up on it. There's other options we have in the meantime for vanilla WoW. And at the end of the day, we're just talking about video games here. So I know some people are getting really worked up about this and really angry about the situation with Blizzard's announcement. And I encourage you to, tweet at Blizzard and post in their forums and say, you really want legacy servers, but, don't attack them. Don't be mean. You don't freak out on people. They're just video games. It's not the end of the world. So anyway, if you have any thoughts on this whole process, please let me know. My summary is basically, I'm disappointed. In the meantime, I'm just going to play on private servers until Blizzard will offer us some other option. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.